like copying Haley in Bookland when she says, "Hey guys, it's Haley," but like my name is Haley, so like what else am I supposed to say? Hey guys, it's Haley. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about my most anticipated releases of 2020. The first book on my most anticipated list is Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera. That came out January 14th, which was actually 2 days ago. I don't really know much about this book. I just know that it is an LGBT book, of course, because it's Adam Silvera. He is like the king of LGBT books at this point. I think I've read so many of his books. I just really adore him as an author and as a person because I follow him on Instagram and he genuinely just seems like the sweetest guy ever. But it is an LGBT fantasy and my best friend was reading it and he's been gushing about it, so I'm so excited to read that one. Hopefully we'll be able to get that one soon. The second book that I want to read is A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Brigid Kemmerer. This is the sequel to A Curse So Dark and Lonely, which I read last year, which if you have seen my last video, that was one of my top 10 favorite books of 2019. I just loved that story so much. I rave about it in my last video, so you can definitely check that one out if you want to hear me talk more about the first book, but this is the sequel. This is what having dogs is like. It's written in multiple point of views, but the first book was focused more on Harper. She was like the main character of that book, and I believe this book focuses more on the perspective of Gray, which is just one of my favorite characters of that series. He's adorable and I can't wait to read it. I don't really know what it's about, I just know it's a sequel and I want to read it. That one released January 7th, so I'm already behind on getting all these books that I want to read. The third book is Straight On Till Morning by Liz Braswell. That one comes out February 4th. I love the Twisted Tales series. I have a shelf right here dedicated to the Twisted Tales and the retellings, and I just love those books so much. I love how they're twisted, and some of them can be really dark and twisted, like As Old as Time, which was also written by Liz Braswell, was very dark and twisted, and I really loved the writing style. The only thing I really know about this book is what the cover says, which is what if Wendy went to Neverland for the first time with Captain Hook, and that hook got me hooked. That's all I gotta say about that. So I'm very excited to see what she does with this Peter Pan Wendy twist. The next book I really want to read, oh my gosh, is by my queen Cassandra Clare, and that is Chain of Gold. If you guys don't know about the Shadowhunter Chronicles, first of all, I'm sorry. Please read them immediately. The Infernal Devices is my favorite series out of the 3 Shadowhunter Chronicles. There is the Infernal Devices, the Mortal Instruments, and the Dark Artifices. And this, the Last Hour series, is the next installment of the Shadowhunter Chronicles, and it focuses on new characters but also has some old characters, and without getting into spoilers, I'm so excited to read it. They're not everyone's cup of tea, but I have been with those books since I was 13 years old, and they just make my heart so happy. And my favorite character of the entire chronicle is William Herondale, and he is one of the main characters. I believe I think it's about his children, but he's a main character. And that one comes out March 3rd. The next book I'm excited for also comes out March 3rd, and that is Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. This is her first adult fantasy, I believe, and I don't know anything about it. It's just Sarah J. Maas, and for me, she is an auto-buy author. The next book I want to read on this list is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. If you guys don't know who Suzanne Collins is,
we're throwing it way back
to like when I was in middle school. She wrote the Hunger Games series. That series ended with Mockingjay, which was not my favorite book, but I still really love that story. It was one of the stories like Twilight that just really started up my love of YA reading. I don't know much about this book. It's a prequel to the Hunger Games, and it's set, I want to say, the 10th annual Hunger Games. And when we meet Katniss, it's like a lot more than that. It's like the 300th something or something like that. I don't know. I definitely am going to reread the Hunger Games series this year in preparation for this book. It comes out May 19th, so I think I have plenty of time. When I was younger, I kind of flew through these books, so I'm hoping me now will also fly through these books. But I don't know, because I've gotten definitely more of a taste of what I like since I've read so many books. I mean, look at my bookcase. It's so full of books. I'm very picky with books now. Also in May, we have Aurora Burning by Amie, Kaufman, and Kristoff. This is the sequel to Aurora Rising, which I believe you can see on my shelf, right? No, you can't see it. I really loved the writing, and Amie Kaufman and Kristoff are just so magic together. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. They co-wrote the Illuminae Files, which is now one of my favorite series, and they're really killing it with Aurora Rising and this entire series. The Aurora Cycle, if you haven't read it, definitely read it, because Aurora Burning looks like it's gonna be really good. For the month of June, I just have one book, and that is Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. It has a Latinx transgender boy main character. That just had me sold as is, because I just really love diversity in stories. First of all, we just need to talk about this cover because it just looks so good. I love the artwork, and it's just really grasping me. I want to know these characters so bad. So our main character, Yadriel, I hope I'm saying that right, he's summoned a ghost. His family cannot accept the gender that he has chosen for himself. Yadriel becomes determined and wants to prove to his family that he is a real sorcerer. He gets help from his cousin Maritza and summons a freaking ghost, because he wants to find the ghost of his murdered cousin and set them free. But apparently the ghost he summons is actually Julian Diaz, which was a student from his school, and Julian is determined to find out what the hell happened to him and why he died, basically. So I think there's also a murder mystery aspect to it, which I really love a good murder mystery. So I'm just so excited to read this book, and I think these characters fall in love or something. I don't know, but I need to know. So that one comes out June 9th. For the month of September, I have two books that are coming out on the same day. So the first book is Blood and Honey by Shelby Mahurin, which again, if you have seen my last video, that was one of my top 10 favorites of 2019.
This is the sequel to that book.
And that was like, out of my top 10 favorites, I had like top 2 favorites, which was Ninth House and Serpent and Dove. I'm just so excited for this book. I really want to know what happened to these characters and how their story continues, and the magic system is so interesting. I want to learn more about it. And if you've read Serpent and Dove, the ending of the book kind of, you could just tell that it's gonna go more into the magic system in the next book. And the last book on my most anticipated releases list for this year is The Lost Book of the White by Cassandra, Clare, and Wesley Chu, which is from the Eldest Curses series, which is the new adult series about Magnus and Alec. Honestly, I just want to read this book because it's Magnus Bane and Alec Lightwood. They are my OTP. I love them so much. They are my babies. They must be protected at all costs. The ending of the last book was very, what the hell just happened? So I need to know what happens in this next book. That's it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you maybe found some releases that you're looking forward to now, like I am. We can fangirl together. Let me know down in the comments below what books you are excited for. Do I need to add to my Goodreads list? Please let me know. I just need all the books, honestly. If you liked this video, you can give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe down below. I'm trying to post every Friday, so I'm hoping this video will be up tomorrow. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye! This is so hard.